Hello beautiful! Today we will be comparing the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer to the Benefit Porefessional Primer. So if you would like to see how these two primers compare, just keep watching. I love making beauty product review videos for you, and I also love trying out new makeup. So if you're also into that, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and also make sure to like this video if you found it helpful or interesting, because that will help out my channel a lot. It will also help out other people who are interested in this comparison find this video. So make sure you like it so you can help the entire world become a much better place.
Okay, so here's my bare face. We'll also be applying foundation later in this video to see how the primer looks, and we'll also be doing a 5-hour wear test, so make sure to watch until the end. We're going to start off with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This primer claims to be moisturizing and have a smooth, velvety texture that'll easily glide over the skin. It also claims to minimize the appearance of pores, create a flawless makeup finish, make your makeup last all day, and hide imperfections. So the texture feels nice, but I wouldn't say it feels velvety. It kind of just feels like a thick moisturizer. It does glide on nicely though. Just to be safe, I'm gonna add like one more layer, and then I'm also gonna take some and then pat it into my pores. So let's do one more layer. Here's the side without primer. And here's the side with the primer. It did minimize the pores and my skin does look hydrated. Now we're using the Benefit Primer. The Benefit Primer is supposed to be oil-free, translucent, and have a silky texture. It also claims to quickly minimize pores and fine lines and create a really smooth skin while helping your makeup stay put. I kind of feel like that smoothed out the pores and made them look smaller like instantly. And I didn't use that much product. I used like a little bit less than this, like half of that. And now I'm gonna dab that into the skin. I feel like with this I have to use a lot less product, and it blends in a lot faster than the e.l.f. It feels so smooth and soft. I wish my face actually felt like this. The forehead. The e.l.f. side feels more dewy, and then the Benefit feels more matte and very soft. Overall, the Benefit feels a lot nicer. Both of them brightened up my face a little bit, but I don't know in a good way. I feel like this side looks a little pasty, whereas this side does look like it has more of a brighter glow to it. So with the Benefit, I really only had to do one layer and kind of tap it in, and like it was an instant pore minimizer. But with the e.l.f., as you could see, I had to put like multiple coats, like I think 3 coats on this side. It's a little tacky and dewy. This side, completely soft. And even then, especially at this distance, you could still see some of my pores around this area, like little dots. Definitely they've gotten smaller, but you could still see that there are little dots here. But then with the Benefit, like, it's completely gone. Huge difference in terms of the pore control, the texture. But I still think the e.l.f. did a really good job, because I mean, look at the pores. They're almost invisible. Also here on the nose, I don't know if you could tell, but it looks a little bit smoother. I have this like shadow right here on my nose, and this part just looks like a little smoother here, whereas you could see on this side I feel like there's a lot more of the shadow peeking through, and it kind of carries down right here. no pores. Like I don't see any of my pores right here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply makeup, and then we'll come back in and see what that looks like, see if it makes my makeup look any different. And after that, we're going to wear it for probably another 5 hours, come back in and see how it looks. I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath Labs. This is the Skin Finish Subline Perfection Foundation. The reason why I'm gonna use this foundation is because it has a natural finish. By the way, I've mentioned this before, but I picked up these beauty blenders from Amazon. I got 2, 4, 6. I got 6 of them for like less than $10, I think. And honestly, they're amazing. I haven't really noticed much of a difference with these on the beauty blender. So that's the e.l.f. side. I kind of feel like the foundation went on more nicely on this side, but I almost feel like it just blended in a lot faster than the e.l.f. side. I feel like I could use less foundation on this side. I don't know, I feel like it just like whoosh, just like quickly blended into my skin. Wow, look at that side, how much smoother it looks. That is a huge difference. If anything, it's like the Benefit primer perfected my foundation a little bit. It made the foundation so much better. I don't even think I had to explain what I see because I feel like it's so noticeable. The difference is so noticeable. This side looks just so much smoother and softer. And even under that eye area here, you could see it kind of looks a little bit smoother here than it does here. Like this under eye here looks a little bit more contrasted, a little bit deeper and darker than this side. So this side and then this side. I feel like there's a huge difference. Like this side feels like it has more coverage almost, even though it doesn't. You could still see the pores peeking through. And it's called Poreless. So, but I think for a drugstore product, it's doing the best that it can. Definitely has minimized it, but just, I don't necessarily think it can compare to the Benefit primer because this is genuinely poreless. The biggest complaint I had with the Benefit primer was how small the tube was, but it's actually lasted me almost a year now. So, I mean, not that I use it every single day, but I do use it a lot, and it's still going strong. And if my theory is correct on the Benefit side, I get to use less foundation because it just blended so quickly.
It's officially been 5 hours and these are the lasting results. I think I really had to say everything I said 5 hours ago. There is a significant difference between the two primers, especially when you look in the mirror. You can definitely tell the difference. The Benefit Porefessional primer is just so much better. It looks a lot softer and the pores pretty much, they're gone even when you're like up close in the mirror. Whereas the e.l.f. side, you could still see a little bit of the pores. But my skin is normal right now, and the e.l.f. primer did not make me oily. It just kind of kept that little bit of dewiness, slight hydrated look. So I do like the way it looks, but if I had to compare both sides based off the way it looked, based off of the finish, I very much prefer the Benefit side. They both kind of claim to smoothen out the skin a little bit, but I think the Benefit Porefessional primer works a lot better for that. And now in terms of controlling the pores, which I feel like is the biggest battle between these two primers, definitely the Benefit Porefessional primer. I don't even think it really compares to the e.l.f. e.l.f. is still nice, I still really like it, but I don't think that they can really compare. I think if you are looking for something to completely get rid of the pores and to make your skin feel smoother, then the Benefit will be just so much better. Now in terms of makeup application, both of them claim to make your foundation look nicer, but the Benefit side looks so much nicer. And honestly, with the e.l.f. side, it really just kind of feels like a drugstore product. And I'm putting the Gucci foundation on top of it, and I really don't feel like it just worked well with the Gucci foundation. You would think that the Gucci foundation would like overpower it and make it look nicer, but I don't know. I think you could just totally tell the difference, and it just, I feel like it's like downgrading my Gucci foundation, if that makes sense. Whereas the Benefit Porefessional, like, just such a huge difference. Like, it looks so much nicer, it looks smoother, it looks like more even, and almost like it's a full coverage, but while at the same time it's still looking natural. So I'm really glad I did this experiment. I definitely am going to just be sticking with the Benefit Porefessional primer. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to share it with any friends and family who are also curious about these two primers. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in another video. Bye!